Good. I'm live. Hello, it's Bill, the knee pain guru. Welcome to Monday, April 27th, 2020. Today we're going to talk about the top 3 reasons for knee pain without a knee injury. Make sure you listen to the end. I got some good stuff for you. If you have questions, please put those in the comment section, as we will answer your questions after the short presentation. Also, give the video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to the channel. Oh, hold on a second here. There we go. Okay. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on notifications for future videos. As I do these videos twice a week, and we cover various topics that you put in as a result of the questions and comments, whether they come in the live or whether you're watching the replay and it comes in the comment section. I use those as topics for future videos. So it's helpful. The more you interact, the more I'm able to assist and guide and direct and see what you got going on with your knees and give you actionable steps that you can begin moving you in a place, because knee pain can be overwhelming. When the pain hits, thought processes go away, and it's normal. It's a normal response when you have pain. So it's important to get like a real clear strategy, like a 3-step strategy as to what you do next. It'll move you forward. Okay, now we're going to talk about the top 3 reasons for knee pain without a knee injury. The first reason for knee pain without a knee injury is tension building in your body. Stress, injuries, accidents, trauma, surgeries. And it doesn't have to be in the knees that you're having the injury, the accident, the trauma, the surgery. This is important to understand. The body, you've probably heard the term, the chain is only as strong as the weakest link. So we have tension that goes from our toes all the way up to the top of our head. And this tension is constantly shifting and changing and moving based on thousands of different factors. The fact that we are sheltering in place right now, and we're going into the second month, or we're into the second month. Drinking water or not drinking water, drinking alcohol or not drinking alcohol, the food that we eat, whether we're breathing or not, how stressed we feel, exercise we do or don't do, stretching we do or don't do, mobility we do or don't do, exercise. It all goes into this experience we have in our physical body. And this tension, the body is constantly working with gravity, is trying to adjust and shift and change to all of these different factors. Well, guess what? Going back to that chain analogy, the tension will shift to different spots in the neck, the shoulders, the hips, the lower back, the ankles, the feet, the knees. And it won't necessarily be forward and back in terms of its tension. Can be rotation, it can be side to side. So this tension is constantly moving. And you can do absolutely nothing wrong, and all of a sudden you have knee pain because of this tension, because of how the body shifts and changes and adjusts to all of those different factors. So that is the first reason, tension building in the body. The second reason you can have knee pain without a knee injury is pushing through the pain, ignoring it, not paying attention to what's going on. If you've been sitting for a long period of time and you just want to get out and exercise, but you don't exercise properly and the pain starts coming up and it's like, okay, I'll suck it up and I'll push through the pain. No pain, no gain. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Well, guess what? That tension now is irritated by continuing to ignore. what's going on, or maybe not even understanding what's going on in your knees, in your body, what's happening, recognizing how this stress is affecting how your knees feel. So ignoring it, okay, I'm going to do this workout no matter how bad it hurts, that can lead to more knee pain. And the third reason, and it's the source of all pain, this third reason is the source of all pain in the body, nerve irritation. Tiny little nerves, the width of an eyelash, they're being squeezed. It sends a signal to your brain that you have pain. This is crucial. This is crucial to understand that whenever we have pain, the body has tensed up in a certain way to protect itself from the experience, for the impact, whatever that is. It could be news on the phone, or news you get in an email, or news you get in over the television or your computer. We can brace for those impacts, just like we could brace for an impact if we see our car is sliding on ice going towards a telephone pole. Our body braces for an impact the same way. And when it braces for those experiences, stress, tension, injury, accident, surgeries, it tenses up. Well, the nerves now have less space to function, less space to move. And what normally had lots of space, nerve in an area had lots of space, now it doesn't have so much because of all those environmental factors. The tension that you're holding, the body is holding on to. So when the body tenses up, it braces for that impact, whether real or imagined. It reduces the space for those nerves. And now you move, and those nerves get irritated. You have pain. You didn't do anything wrong. Nothing's wrong. Now you have this experience of knee pain, and you don't have to have a knee injury. Is that making sense? If you have, we got some comments. Cool. Thank you. That's what I was going to suggest now. If you like this information, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru channel, as well as turn on notifications for future videos. Okay. Let's see. Since the coronavirus, I've been relaxing my arthritic knee and have less pain. I really don't want to exercise because then I make matters worse with the knee. Bellin. This is the perfect example. I mean, it's great. Like, you're absolutely right. Which is why the conventional medical model wants people to do the RICE therapy, which is rest, ice, compression, and elevation. It's a key strategy in terms of reducing the pain for the short term. Long-term strategy, not so much, because you relax the knee, and the moment you start exercising, the pain returns. So you get in this loop of this endless loop of, okay, I rest and it gets better, and then I exercise and it gets worse, and I rest and it gets better, and I exercise and it gets worse. And what ends up happening that's not being addressed is the neurological pattern within the joint that is causing the joint to tense up to begin with. A neurological pattern that we could begin changing, we could begin adjusting so the joint relaxes. So when hey, we got a visitor today. When we change those neurological patterns and the joint relaxes, now you get off the couch and you exercise, you're going to have a different experience. When you have a different experience, then we need to see how the quality of the discomfort, the pain, the ache, the stiffness in your knee changes. Does it move? Does it change? Does it get worse? Does it get better? All of that is information we could begin taking in to further continue to change the neurological pattern in the knee so you don't have the experience of discomfort when you stop resting the knee, you start exercising. Is that making sense? This is also to understand that whenever there's arthritis in a knee joint, across the board, no matter what we're dealing with, the joint is dehydrated. You could look on your doctor's diagnosis. It'll say dehydrated joint. And that when the joint becomes dehydrated, why does it become dehydrated? Because it's tensing up to protect itself from the experience of the pain, or we didn't drink enough water, or we drank too much wine and not enough water. What ends up happening is this tension pattern embeds in the knee joint, and the tighter the joint squeezes, the more it squeezes out the fluid that the joint needs in order to lubricate it so it doesn't wear. So you can go ahead and drink water. That's great. You could reduce your wine. That's great. But you have to change in order to really have long-lasting permanent change in the joint. We have to change the neurological pattern that is going on in order to address what's going on. That's the big piece. Is that making sense, Belin? Yes, no? And this is excuse me. This is important to understand that we have to be strategic about it. It can't just be like, okay, I'll get the knee out of pain, because prescription drugs or shots can do that. It can get the knee out of pain. The problem is the pain comes back. And what we want to be is proactive, look down the road. So we start setting up the conditions, relieving the pain and setting up the conditions in the knee now. So long term, the pain doesn't come back. Or if it comes back, because life happens, then we have the tools to know what to do, to how to address what's going on in the knee. It's important. And if you like a long-term strategy, you want to do drug shots, unnecessary surgery, painful physical therapy, that's cool. I don't fault anybody for doing that. Like my methodology, my mentality, my approach doesn't work for everyone. So, okay, do we have any more questions? Let's see. What about drinking other liquids like milk and tea? What about it? It's not water. How about that? The body is made up of 80% water. It's not made up of any 80% milk or 80% tea. It depends on what's your goal. If you want to drink milk and tea, other liquids, you could do it. However, it's adding other factors into the equation that are going to not give us a clear understanding of what we did, giving us the results that we want. This is important. In order to get a knee completely out of pain, we have to establish a baseline of comfort. Moving from a place of pain and trying to push through pain or trying to add things into an equation when there's pain, we aren't clear. It makes it real fuzzy as to what we're doing, if it's working or not. When we establish a baseline of comfort, making sure the body is properly hydrated, making sure the water that you are drinking can be absorbed, changing the neurological signaling is another piece. Okay, let's see. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, and a lot of times we get into, and it's real easy because we live in a society that it's easy to get lots of stuff. We can go to the grocery store and there's, drink aisles of lots of things. It's easy to get confused. The way I look at the body, the way I've found to be most successful, and the clients that I've worked with have been most successful, is all around real simple things, doing simple things really well. And once we do simple things really well, then we can build on it and see, how does the coffee affect the knee in the morning? How did the glass of wine affect the knee in the evening? How does, I don't know. I'm pretty basic. I'm pretty basic as far as what I drink. Like water, wine, bone broth. That's about the extent of what I get into. So I don't get real complicated. I keep it simple. And when you keep it simple, it makes it super easy to get great results in a short period of time because you're going back to the basics. Like I had said, the body is made up of, or supposed to be made up of 80% water, not wine, not beer, not milk, not tea. We get it to water, and then let's see how drinking that water changes how the knees feel. And then we can start tweaking and adjusting. Is your body absorbing that water? Now your knees feel pretty good all the time. Well, let's start tinkering with coffee, let's say, or some other drink that you like. And here's the cool thing is once we have a baseline of comfort for a consistent period of time, and we add in something, one thing that is out of baseline, and the knee pain comes back, then we know what we did is actually contributing to the issue that we're dealing with. And we can kind of make a note of that or journal on that to understand that that's the thing that we want to stay away from, at least for now, until we give the body more resources. Because when the knee is in pain, the body doesn't have enough resources to be able to heal itself. Your body wants to heal itself. That's what it does. It defaults to healing. You cut your finger, you don't have to do anything and it'll already start to heal. When your knee hurts, your body wants to heal the knee. If you have pain for an extended period of time, making the knee pain chronic, there is something in the way blocking your body from healing what's going on in the knee. From a very, very basic standpoint, that's what's happening. And it's not about doing more stuff to get over this hurdle. It's about removing the hurdle. Is that making sense? It's like if you're eating Big Macs, we don't figure out what supplement we can take to counteract the Big Mac that we're eating, contributing to the knee pain. We remove the Big Mac and eat something good. So now the body is able to heal itself. It has the good resources to heal what's going on in the knee, get rid of the pain. Is that making sense? We got some people here. If it makes sense, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for future videos as I do these twice a week. And I use the information from the comments, the questions that are put in, both in the live and in the replay for future videos. So the more you participate, the more I'm able to help. Let's see. Don't have any other questions. If you would like more information, you're like, hey, this sounds good. This guy makes sense. Go to thekneepainguru.com. I got a video there for you. Short little video that begins to move you down the direction of understanding the Knee Pain Guru approach to eliminating pain. It's different. It doesn't involve drug shot surgery, painful physical therapy. It focuses on creating comfort over and over again in your knee to teach your body how to heal your knee faster. It's a very simple approach, common sense approach, and I think you will definitely enjoy the information, the refreshing perspective. Because a lot of times the putting the knee in pain gets old real quick. Okay, we've got a question. Okay, Bill, and for those that are interested, we have our knee club calls. That's essentially what I offer. It's group coaching. We have knee club calls on Mondays and Thursdays in a private. There's a private Facebook group. We have the access to the videos, which I would guide you in the group conference calls on Mondays and Thursdays to help you relieve your pain based on what you're sharing with me. And then you can go work with those videos. And then on the next call, Thursday call, we will tweak and adjust based on how your knee responded to what I gave you today. So we're doing that this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you are interested, that will be that link. Let me see. I'll put that in the show notes. That will be in the show notes or one of those banners at the end of the video. Okay. We have a few people here. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on notifications. I even heard people say, smash the like button. I know it sounds silly. Anyways, if that works for you, please do so. I don't see any more questions coming in, so I am going to scoot. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having painful knees. Not that knee pain is good for you. However, it gives me a chance to share what a gift that I understand is how to get people out of knee pain. So this is Bill Paravano, the knee pain guru. Thanking you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video.